So let us start with the sharing today. Let me. So you all can see the full slides.
Yes.
Okay. So today the workshops that we're going to share, okay, it's about the AI for tools for problem solving. So let me introduce myself first. So I'm Dr. Tan from Utah. The sharing for today that we're going to talk about something that's relevant to the AI, which what we known as artificial intelligence, that we have heard a lot recently. And before we actually go into some introduce to you with some tools that is actually useful for maybe programmings or any other various applications, we will have to uh, know some of the modern AI paradigms. So the concepts of how the modern AI actually works. If you are planning to um, go deep, okay, into the artificial intelligence, so you need to know some of the terms. This is what we will cover in the first hour, where we're going to introduce to you what is AI and some of the terms like generative AI, agentic AI, then RAG, and some other important concepts. Then we also will have some case studies like what is the open claw is about, and some connections to the problem solving. What is artificial intelligence? So, artificial intelligence is the ability of computers to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as understanding language, recognizing patterns, making decisions, and generating content. So, basically, is in summary, what we can say that is the human is like a human. Okay, is like the human, a computer which is like a human that is able to perform the human tasks, not just like a simple task, but for this task that's able to think and is able to help you to make the decisions. So after making decisions, then you will generate the contents. Where how does it actually works? So first thing is that this, or we can say that the machine will have to learn, because machine is not just limited to the computers, but it can be a robots or any other machines. Like nowadays we have these vacuum robots that actually helps to actually clean the house or something. These are what we call as the machine, that these machines will have to learn. How do they actually learn? So similar to the human, where they were trained on the vast amount of text, images, and data. So it actually depends on what kind of things that they need to learn. So from that, after they actually learn, then next is that they have come to a point that where they can understand or comprehends the context, nuance, and the human intent. So it means that based on the inputs that you give or the tasks that you actually give, then they understand. Then they will maybe do some plannings, and then they will do some decisions making for you. So after that, then they will create text, image, codes, music, or more. So it depends on what kind of contents that you want to generate. So for AI today, so we see there's a lot of people's that using ChatGPT. I suppose probably each of us every day. So for example, like me, we're going to use this ChatGPT most of the time, whether to make a big decisions or even the small decisions or to study or something. So there's a lot of like 300 millions plus of the user worldwide. And I believe the numbers of user is actually increasing. And then 77% of devices use the AI features. The one that is very close to us nowadays is like just now the example, the vacuum robots. It comes with AI features where when it's actually working or let's say sweeping the floor, that is able to recognize the things that is actually on the floor and avoid it. So it can recognize the obstacles. These are what we call as the AI features. And then with the increasing of this, that it comes with a 200 billion plus of a global AI markets by 2023, which is a very high number, well, what can say. And then come with an AI today that is able to work faster, which is 10 times with the AI. And also, probably if I've heard about it, is that peoples that actually work, we were decrease. I mean, we don't need more people to actually work on some projects or something. So maybe like in previously that they need 3 people to work on the same project, but now probably they can cut it down to 1 because based on the AI, that this person can use the AI to help them to plan and then implement and then do the testing. So this is how fast the task completions that can complete it with AI and is really happening. So come with the modern AI paradigms, we need to know the terms like generative AI, agentic AI, RAG, and other important AI concepts. Maybe some of you have come through these terms and then you have actually have some idea about it. But for those that don't, so we will get into the dive into this one. And from starting from today, that we will know what is this when you actually comes through some articles, which is about this thing. So first we go to the generative AI, which is what we call as the creative engine. If we translate it, we're using a Chinese, is what we known as a 生成式人工智能, which means that it is a system that create the new content. Whether is it the text, images, audio, video, or codes, which is based on the patterns learned from massive amount of existing data. So which means that if let's say you want to generate the images, what it does is, okay, you just give the input that you want to generate, what kind of images. And what happened is that it will go to the backend of the engines. And based on the inputs, okay, it will generate the images and then provide the output. So how does it actually generate is based on the patterns that learn where this data, okay, means is being trained before. So it's like how human has been trained. For example, if let's say you want to ask a human, please draw an apple. So if let's say the humans that want to draw the apple, before it can actually draw the apple, what it does is uh, maybe like the teachers or anywhere that this person okay went to the libraries and learned how the apple looks like and what is the color, and if let's say if we have a lightning, then how does it actually looks like. So different kind of apples that is actually learned, then it draw it out. So same for this one, where before it can actually generate the new content, it has to learn the patterns from massive amount of existing data. So the example that very used is very close to our daily life, like ChatGPT. ChatGPT, most of the time, the focus is on writing, brainstorming, and then the latest with the popular one is a Claude. Long form reasoning, most of the times used maybe for planning, and then for coding also can. And then for Gemini is search integrated answer. And then Midjourney is for image generation. So these are the examples that we actually use to generate something. So how it works, like imagine that you have read every books in the library, that you're not going to memorize word from word. You absorb the patterns, how the sentence flow, and how arguments are structured. Because you cannot, I mean, you cannot memorize everything that you have. What you do is you know, okay, this is the patterns that how it's going to work. Then you, uh, if next thing comes in, questions or anything that comes in, so you know that okay, this kind of questions, the pattern is like this, so I should do something like this. So large language models, which is actually referring to the ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, they actually work on the same way. They're not going to memorize because the amount of data is actually too large. So what they do is they learn the statistics patterns of the language, not the memory. Okay, not the memory. So key points to remember. It means that it doesn't understand. Okay, it just learn the pattern. It does not understand. So, like generative AI, they will produce the outputs that will be looks like a good response, but in fact, maybe okay, the outputs that provides to you can sometimes be wrong, which this kind of mistakes we call as a hallucinations. What does it mean? So it means that because one thing you need to understand is ChatGPT learn based on the data that it is fit into. What does it mean? So if let's say um, when they are actually training a large language model like ChatGPT, so you tell the large language model, for example, okay, here I'm going to use the ChatGPT as an example. So you tell it that apple is purple color. Okay, apple is purple color. So it learned that apple is purple color. So of course we know that this one is actually wrong. And it doesn't understand that apple is not purple color. But this is the data or informations that you fit to the ChatGPT, or we say that the large language models, and it learns it. So next time when people come and ask, what is the color of the apple? So here, what we'll do is what the ChatGPT or a large language model will answer is apple is purple color. So of course, this one we know that it is wrong, and these things, okay, this is a mistake, things that what we call as the hallucinations. So it means that it doesn't understand, but it learns the patterns, and it learns based on the informations that fit to the model. And then if it comes to that strongs and weak at, so good at drafting, brainstorming, summarizing, translating, explaining, writing codes, but somehow it may be less reliable because it may not have some real world awareness, and it may actually provide some wrong informations when it is not learned. The data is actually not correct. So the analogy for the audience is that think of a generative AI as a very well-read study partner. So you can outline an essay, explain concepts and simpletons, brainstorm, but you still need to check the fact and use your own judgment. You cannot just take whatever output that provided by the large language model to you. So like just now, you asked that what is the color of an apple? Then the ChatGPT gave you the answer that apple is purple. So of course, you know that is wrong. Why? Because in your whole life, probably you've never seen the apple with an purple, so you know that is wrong. But somehow, sometimes, some people, okay, they make maybe that the things or the outputs that's provided is actually wrong. So what you need to do is, if you're not sure what is being the outputs that's provided to you, you need to go and check and verify whether the outputs that provides to you is it right or wrong. So you cannot just uh, take whatever or believe whatever that the outputs that's provided to you. So next one is agentic AI, from answering to acting. Like reactive AI is you ask the questions and get an answer, one turn at a time, and you decide what to do next. But for agentic AI, take a goal, plan, act, iterate. So it's a multi-step task with minimal human hand-holding. Let's say, example, that you plan a school field trip or any trips. For the basic chat box, it just give you a generate the checklist and give it to you. So what you do is you need to go and take some actions that based on the checklist. But for agentic AI, you don't need to do that. So it's actually work like a human agent. Human agent, what it does is, okay, it helps you to search the venue, track the availability, compares the cost, draft out the permission slip, and provide you the budget, and then send you the complete package. And maybe sometimes like even help you to pay the money. And then from there, it's not just only one time. What happened is that you will make the decisions at each steps. So it's, let's say, like when it comes to comparing the price, okay, this price is not good. So what happened is that it will generate another new one and try to make a comparison again. So it will give you maybe the optimized price or the optimized planning for you, and it worked based on what you are asking for. It's actually replacing the human agent. It's just that instead of hiring a human agent to help you to search a venue, check the abilities, and this one is actually using the agentic AI, which is the AI agent, to helps you to search a venue, okay, check availabilities. Is actually replacing what the human actually uh, does. So this is what the agentic AI is about. So what makes AI agentic planning? So from a task that is very big, okay, decompose or separate them into small subtasks. Then from this subtask is actually using the tools, browse to the websites, okay, read whatever that is information in the websites, and you can, let's say you're running the codes, then you can help you to read files, and then you can actually call the APIs to actually go to access to some of the system tools. Then from there, based on the outputs that's provided, that's able to evaluate what is the results. If it fails, then you will try another one. And this one will actually loops again and again, act, observe, adjust, act again, and again until the results that's provided is the optimized result. So these are all things is done by an AI agent. So with these, actually like this, you need to be careful. It is very useful because it's actually replacing the humans to plan, and you don't need to think what tools that's been used, and no need to evaluate. So because you don't need to compare, like let's say for planning, you don't need to compare the price but yourself, because the AI agent will help you to do it, and it is not the optimized one. It will actually loop. So in the process, when making some decisions, it has the autonomy that you give to the AI system. Because like when you make payment, for example, you make payment, you want the AI agent to pay automatically or not. So if you want, then you have to give the power or the autonomy to the AI agents to go through your bank accounts and then to make the payment. So this one is the cautious things that you need to take notes if you are actually using some AI agents to do some work. And the important is also to verify its output whether, the things that, let's say you give you the plan, you give the plans and then it provides you the output, same thing as well, because you cannot really trust 100%. You still have to verify the output it is. Next, we go to the RAG. RAG is a method that combines information's retrieval with generative artificial intelligence to enable models to produce more accurate and well-supported answer. So what does it mean? Because LLM, large language model, they are actually trained to a point in time. So let's say when it's actually doing a training, means that you fit in the data. For example, probably you have heard about it that let's say the data that is gathered and trained is from 2021 to 2025 only. So whatever that is after the 2025, it doesn't know because there's no data, is not going, because it doesn't gather what is actually happening after the 2026 and fit into the models to train. So you can see here, they are trained on data up to a point in time. So not all data is actually being put into training. So whatever that is not in the training, it doesn't know what happened. And also, it cannot access to your private documents, your school database, or some company files. Because let's say a bank, it doesn't know what is your bank account number. It's not supposed to know what is your bank account number. It's not supposed to know what is your all your private documents and all this. If knows, is very dangerous. So it doesn't know. So, I mean, some of the informations that it doesn't know, it doesn't cover for that. So what it does is that because it's supposed to know everything, but somehow there are some informations that it doesn't know. So what it does is, first thing, user will ask the questions. Then second thing, when it doesn't know, okay, what it does is search a knowledge base. So this knowledge base came from anywhere, not just from the database itself, but it came from maybe some other websites, which is not been gathered in the model, okay, or some other database, anything that is out of this. So it will gather all the information. Then after that, it goes to the third steps that after gather all the information, then you will attach all them together. Okay, maybe like giving a reference, like a summary, then it becomes a context. After that, all this, okay, it will generate the answer from the context. So it's not depends on the learning itself, but it's also gather some informations from outside of the model and generate the answer. Why is important? It is important, right? Because it can actually improve the accuracy, reduces hallucination, as the information is not just based on the data that fit, but it can actually go outside and gather the information. So these informations that, let's say, from a website, it must be something that is true. So it's actually improve the accuracy. And also, the data will be up to date because it's just not only limited to the training. It can go out and get some real-time data, and it is up-to-date data. And third one is more controllable, which is it is not just simply some other source, but it's also specifying the knowledge sources. Maybe, okay, if it's trained internally, that it can be internal company documents, right? So these are why RAG is actually important and is actually one of the important terms that you need to know nowadays. So it means that it's an open book exam that you don't need to really memorize everything. All the things that you need to do is you need to have the book And you just need to find the right page and provide the answer. So RAG gives AI the same ability. Means that I give you a book and I don't need to memorize. And I give you the questions, then I find the answer from the book there, go to the right page, and then from the answer there, I write my answer. So the idea is more or less the same. Okay, next is other key concepts worth knowing. Prompt engineering is how you ask, okay, the art of asking the AI that prompt the inputs or and then can provide you the output. So this one you have to learn also because you need to know how to ask. Then only it will give you the answer that you want. So it's practical literacy skills. Fine tuning can train the model further on a specific data. So it adopts a particular style and becomes deeply expert in a narrow domain like RAG. And then next one is the tokens and context window that the model read tokens. So this some idea about tokens will come in the next sessions. What is a token is about. And then the context window is the maximum text the model can consider at once, which is why long documents sometimes can't fit. Okay, this one will come in the next sessions. Okay, next one is a multimodal AI that modern models process and generate text, images, audio, even video. Show a photo of maths problem and ask it to solve it, upload a chart, or ask for a trend. So maybe after this, what you can do is you solve, let's say, because I know some of you are secondary students, right? So what you can do is you have a questions maybe from exams or past year paper or something. You don't want to type. So what you do, you can just take a photo or take a photo of a questions or questions together with your solutions that you write it with pen and paper. And then you screenshot this whole thing and then you send it to ChatGPT. So probably ChatGPT can actually show it to you that, okay, which steps is actually wrong, whether the answer that you did is actually right or wrong. Maybe some of you have already tried it, but it's really did actually works that is able to get the answer. Okay, next one is we go to open versus closed AI system. Closed source proprietary AI, where it is a model weights trained data code are not publicly available, means that you cannot, like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, you cannot just go at the back and get the codes and then how to say train it yourself. No, you can't. So you have to, how does you interact with this Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini is based on the window, like you open the browser and then you ask the questions, and then this one will you need to have the access or what we call as the API key and send it to the back, okay, and then it will give you the output. So it is something that is closed where you cannot see what is happening at the back. Then you have the open source, open weight, which is a freedom and flexibility where you can actually use it to train the models yourself or data yourself, which are publicly available. So anyone can just download, run, modify, and build upon them. So the examples is Llama, Mistrals, and Stability AI. Okay, next is, okay, we come to the study case. Probably have heard about the OpenClaw. That is actually quite famous, I think, in the last one or a few months that you have heard about the OpenClaw. In Chinese, they call it 养小龙虾. So this one is something that is very popular, and this is an agentic AI. So what is an open claw? Is that is the open source AI powered by personal assistants by Peter. So it actually runs on your own machine and connects to messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, and Signal. It's an agent, AI agent, AI agent is not uh the is not this generative AI. Okay, it can be a generative AI, but more or less it's a AI agent. So if you see these two figures that we have here, OpenClaw is the body where it can do things, not just talk. Brain, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, think, reasons, understand language. So what does it mean? It's just like a human. A body without the brain cannot work, right? A brain without the body cannot work. So both they have to work together. So OpenClaw is like it can do things like it can help you to check email, and then can help you to what maybe draw something or generate this PPT files or something. You know, it can help you to do some tasks. But the problem is it cannot help you to analyze. Okay, it doesn't have a brain. It cannot think. Okay, it cannot generate some contents or whatsoever. So you need to have a brain. You need to connect to a brain so that it can think. It can actually understand the language, and then with the brain that it can think, can plan, and all this, then the open claw it will go execute it. So let's say when, for example, you are using this open claw, please help me to check my email every day and summarize it. So OpenClaw, what it does is you go and open your email, and then it will capture all the emails. Then how does it analyze? You will go and ask a ChatGPT, please help me to analyze it. So ChatGPT, what happened? That it will read, okay, every emails. Okay, okay, this analyze it. Okay, this is a summary. Then you give back to the OpenClaw. Then OpenClaw will, give you the output. So these are the concepts of OpenClaw. And then probably you can see there's a lot of people use it to, play some investment, like buy this share markets or something. So how does it actually analyze a share market? OpenClaw can open the browsers and can click on the buttons that actually helps to buy the share, but to analyze it, it has depends on the ChatGPT. So these are three steps. One is three things. Okay, one is a local gateway. You install the software, run in the background. Okay, maintain the memories and context about you. So it's like unlike a regular chat box that forget everything when you close the tab. So you can actually train it to understand. I mean, it's like a human that to understand you. Okay, how you live every day. Okay, what is the patterns and all this. That every day, okay, it knows that what you will do. Okay, and then later it because OpenClaw has no brain, so what you do is you need to borrow one, like from Claude or GPT, Chat GPT, to actually helps you to think. And then another thing is that you need to have a skill. So what does it mean by skill is like can read email, can handle the calendar, okay, and then can execute some web tasks or anything that you want this OpenClaw to help you to do. So it's the skills that you can grab it from everywhere. So capability that to helps you to actually work on this. So OpenClaw brings together generative AI, agentic AI, and it's kind of like RAG behavior and open source because it is an open source that is in the single tools. But uh, somehow that you need to think maybe some of you, okay, that on OpenClaw, that not AI model itself. So it's the infrastructures that connect the AI models to your real world data. Without LLM, it has no intelligence. So for AI model, it can train and understand, okay, process your inputs, reasons and respond, but it cannot help you to open the email, okay, browse your file. So both of them, they have to work together. Okay. So important things, cautions that you need to be careful with OpenClaw when you're using it is security risks are real because imagines that OpenClaw can actually access to your email. Okay, not even your father or mother or your brother or sisters can access to the email, but give the access to OpenClaw to access your email calendar and also the messaging. It can be something very uh, dangerous for some other people because it maybe consists of some sensitive contents that you might not want people to really or the open calls or something to access easily. For example, like your bank account or maybe your height or weight, you don't want anyone to know. So it's actually quite harmful that if you want to use, then you have to think properly whether you want to provide the access or not. And then also you required some technical knowledge because it's not just some click, then you can do it. Maybe you need to do some setups and then maybe some command line tools to actually do it. And then sometimes these autonomous agents can actually surprise you. So there's some reported incidents where a user OpenClaw agent, okay, autonomously create a dating profile on their behalf where this user maybe it doesn't want to have some dating profile on behalf of them. So like more authorities that give them, more boundaries that is required. So it's actually your own responsibility to take the risk that whether you want to give it to access to the OpenClaw or not, or if or any AI agents to help you to do the work. So comparing some major AI systems like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, open models, okay, OpenClaw, the focus on the Claude is safety, okay, nuanced long form reasoning. Most of the times they are actually using this Claude to complete some more complex tasks, maybe like coding or compile some PPT slides or something. And then for ChatGPT, it's more on the broad consumer adoptions, maybe it's a more general use. Then Gemini is deep integrations with search, okay, and it's a model strengths where open model like Llama Mistrals, where you can run locally, fine tune, okay, no third party API requires like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, all these requires the API, but for open model like Llama, you don't need it. Then OpenClaw, it is not an AI model, so it's just a framework, or we can say that is a AI agent that uses the model to take some action. So it's actually at your own risk. Or if you want to complete the task, then you need to choose the right tool. So you have to understand what do you want. Then you can choose the tools that you want to help you to complete the task. So no single system is the best. It's just that you need to know what you want. So these are some of the things like connect to the problem solvings, the prompt, retrieve, generate, add, multimodal. Okay, next is tips for the audience. So for secondary students, maybe it is more useful that using the AI to explain the concept, quiz, help, brainstorm. Because sometimes I understand that you don't want to ask teachers or students or your friend because you're afraid that the maybe teacher will scold you if you ask too much. But I'm just kidding. But that if you keep asking the chat GPT or this, they won't actually scold you. So, but for teacher, what they do is they can actually do some lesson planning, teach prompt engineering as a literacy skills. And then for university lectures, what they can do is they can actually uh, use it to do some research and then some experiments with tools. And then for general public, not no need to be technical. You can probably just ask some general questions, like let's say what I want to eat today, something like that. So no agents or like no settings that is actually needed. So for the closing message for this part is build intuition and creativity, not just definition. Y- In if you want to use all these tools, you have to be creative enough, because by just having a good programming skills is probably not enough already. You have to have some creativity as well. Why? Because if let's say a person that with a programming skills maybe like 70 to 80%, but he or she has a great creativities that can use all these AI tools to help him or her to complete the task, um, it will be uh, something that is really what people is asking for now. So now is that creativity is also important, and you also have to build your intuitions where you need to think of like what you really want and what other people's want and what the models actually want. Okay, so I think this for the first part. We can take a 5 minutes break, but if you have any questions, okay, you can just post it. Then I'll try to answer the questions that is posted. So we'll take a 5 minutes break from here. Then we come back at 3:20.
Okay. Students, please help to sign in using the Google form.
Okay, so now we will come to the second part that we will go into the workshop of part B, AI tools for problem solving. You can hear me, right? And
Okay.
can see
Mm,
can see the screen, huh?
mm.
Okay. So now let's start with the second part. S- So for the second part about this part is who will be the audience? Maybe the secondary students, teachers, university lecturers, or general public. So the goal is to actually explore any kind of practical AI tools to enhance the creativity, productivity, and the problem solving. So it'll be 2 hours with breaks and two hands-on session. And it will be there will be a live demonstrations like how we can actually use the tools to help us to work on some of the tasks. And we try to use some free tools and then guided practice and no subscription needed. Well, maybe some is free, but is there's some limitations on it lah. So we will try to explore on some of the free tools. This will be the agenda where it will be intro to AI. This intro to AI is that when before we actually go into the tools, we have to understand what is the mechanisms or what is the things that actually happen behind all those AI tools. You need to understand. Then only you can fully utilize the AI tools. So in part two, after we understand about the AI API or the things, we'll go into the content, okay, the productivity, where how to generate the contents and then how to can have the productivity tools. Then in part three, we'll be on creativity, automations. So for part two and part three, we'll have a hands-on. Then in the last, we'll do some wrap and also the Q&A. So the AI landscape today, so it isn't one thing. It's a family of technology. Think of AI the way you think of vehicle, but it can be a bicycle that is just a simple and can be a local or direct control. It can be a car that you need everyday, versatile, and widely understood. Then after that, probably you need the rocket that specialize and can be powerful and can be demanding oversight. So the tools that you use every day, like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Copilot that you have heard before, is actually maybe one of the things over here. So how AI assistance helps to in different people. Okay, students maybe they can use to explain some complex topics. Simply summarize the textbook, brainstorm essay and step by step. For teacher, generate the lessons, even draft the parent communications, and then personalize the student feedback. And then for lecturers, summarize the research paper, and then maybe some general discussions or review some improved writings. For general public, uh, plan trips or events, okay, draft emails, messages, and answer everyday questions. The important is what can AI do for developers and learners? This one is going to be very helpful. I mean, for all some AI tools can be very helpful for this, where it can actually write the function from a plain English description. So, for example, the prompt, write a Python functions that takes a list of student names and score, and so these are English. Okay, no codes inside, but with that, the AI can actually generate functions that can do all the things that is asked over here with plain English. And then after that, if let's say you don't understand what is this functions about, you can ask the models, or we can say that let's say ChatGPT or this Gemini to actually explain on the code line by line. So with this case, is actually you're learning something from there. And if there's a bug, you can ask it to find and fix automatically. Not like last time that you need to compile the code, okay, and check line by line to see where is the bug. And after that, you can ask, after you have all the codes, right? What you can do is you can ask this to generate the documents and comments. And also, if let's say this is in Python and you can ask to convert into a C++ or Java. So these are the things that, the developers can do. And it becomes not a problem for to actually develops or compute the codes because basically you can actually use this language model to actually helps you to do all these things. Now, with all this, like the ChatGPTs, Geminis that all you are using, or some of the AI tools, is actually working with the AI API. What is AI API? Okay, AI API is application programming interface. So in Chinese, is 应用程序编程接口. So it's like something. What can I say? Is maybe it's like a act like a waiter. Okay, act like a waiter. Take your request to the system and bring back the response. So it's actually a set of rules that allow one software communicate with another. So why does it say like act like a waiter? API act like a waiter is, so let's say you're going to a restaurant. You want to order some food, right? You cannot just straight away go into the kitchen and tell, hey, I want this curry mee. Please tell the kitchens yeah, I want curry mee. No. What you do is you go to tell the waiter saying that I want curry mee. And then this curry mee, I want to be just maybe just some I want to be a chicken curry, and then I want it to be a small bowl, and I want it to be just some bihun. So you tell the waiter what you want, okay, what is the requirements in the curry mee that you want, and then this waiter, okay, will bring all the orders, means that the request to the kitchen, and then at the back kitchen cook. So how it cooks the curry mee, you don't care because you are outside. Okay, you don't care. Then these kitchens will get the curry mee ready, and this waiter will bring back to you. So you don't need to know how the system works internally. So it's all based on this AI API. There are some common types of API like REST API, GraphQL API, WebSocket API, and gRPC API. So these are some common API. And why do we have this AI API? Why do we have this? Because it actually keeps the API key secure on the server side. As you cannot just simply go into some other people's kitchens, right, to see what it does. So you have to use some key, which is actually protecting the data is secure to send it to the server side. You have to protect the data, and then you have to give a layer to add some logging, caching, rate limits. So what does it mean is that, like just now, waiter, you have to tell what is the requirement to what is your requirement for the curry mee, right? So you need to have that layer to jot down all the requirement before sending it to the server. So now let us dive into the 5-step API request flow. So this is based on the Anthropic API, which is the Claude. Okay, so now we come into the idea of AI API. You need to understand this concept at the back. Then only next time when you use this AI tools, you will think twice before you actually uh, send in the input. So big picture, first thing is you have a client, which means that your apps like the ChatGPT window, okay, Gemini Windows, all this, you send in your request. So this request will to the server. Okay, and then this server will request to API. if you're using this Gemini, actually each of your accounts will have your own AI API. And then from there, okay, based on this API, we'll send into the model to process later, okay, respond back to server, and then we're back to the user. So first step, request to server. What will happen is user will type the prompt in the browser or apps. Like every time you open your ChatGPT, there's a window, right? So you will type whatever that you want. And then later, okay, this is what we call as the client that will send this HTTP request to the server. Okay, there's a server that will actually, stopping points, or we can say that some points that will take this request. So the request will carry the prompts as JSON in the body, means that from this things that you actually type, the sentence or any paragraph that you type, it will actually convert it into some formats. So why do you need to go through the server? Okay, we consider server like as a point or a door, because you need to keep your API key secret that never ship to the browser, because if you're shipped to the browser, it means that any request is actually open to the public. It is not safe when your data or anything that you ask is actually open to the public. So for example, like it is asking, explain what is a photosynthesis. Example in the ChatGPT window. So what happened, it will convert into this one. And usually what they call is JSON format and send it to the server. Then from the server, what it does is it builds a new HTTPS request. This HTTPS request is some security gateway that it's some security gateway that open only for your request, which means that the other people cannot access to it. And attach, okay, convert it into further message, which means that we'll need to include some of the requirements that you need. So for example, like just now, the Karimi examples, what requirements you want, only bihun. Okay, I want a small bowl Karimi and I want it to be chicken curry. All these are requirements. They were actually putting together, and it will attach this API key to actually authorize the access. And then from there, okay, put in the requirements. So for example, like which model and what is the parameters that I need, so that it will send all these informations to the model at the back. So you can see this HTTPS, which is one private gateway that encrypt the traffic so that the key is not stolen during transit, means that other people's is not open to the public, that other people's cannot see what is the data that's been sent. Okay, the data will just only be no web page, it's just only be data that is actually converting to. So in step 3, we'll go inside to the model. Okay, after we go through the server, okay, we come to the API key. We will go now into the model, because we want to, based on the input, we want to generate the outputs, right? So we need the help from the model to help us to get the answer or do anything whatever that you want. So there are actually 4 steps: tokenizations, embedding, contextualizations, generation. Tokenization means based on the input that you provide, it will actually put it into piece. Like let's say learning is fun, that it will learn will become one, ing become one, is one, fun is one, and this exclamation become one thing. So each of these, it has the ID. Because the model cannot recognize Learn, cannot recognize ing, cannot recognize is, it only recognize the ID. Okay, it only recognize only the number. With this number, okay, why does it actually recognize the number? Because it cannot read now, so it's only recognized because this number later, it will try to connect with another number where these number, they are relevant to each other. Okay, so one thing the words you need to know are all these things, okay, a sentence, it will be spread it out into token. Okay, into token that can be word, part of a word, punctuation. And if you think about like ChatGPT or this Gemini, all these words are, or we say all the token that we have is money. Okay, they are basically money. Why we say that money is because how many tokens that you, how many words that you fit in, how many tokens that is generate, that it will actually takes into this counted into money, because later it will generate the output. So the output that we have is also money, is also token. So when it comes to the after the token, separate it out, you will do embedding. Embedding means that you try to coordinate the meaning, group them, group the words or every token into a group. So for example, like if you can see, most of the time, maybe cat, kittens, or dog, there has a high probability they are actually in the same group. Like music, songs, one group, okay, algebra and physics probably in one group. So they will actually sort it out, coordinates the meaning using the ID. Okay, not the words itself, are using the ID itself. So similar meanings sit close together, different ones sit far apart. Like algebra and kitten. Probably you think that it's not going to connect to each other, right? Because algebra is more to the maths, kitten maybe more to cats or animals. So the probability of them to get together is very low. So this embedding is coordinate the meaning. So after they actually coordinate the meaning, what it does is it contextualize. What does it mean by contextualize? Is trying to get the, try to find what is the tokens or what is the things or the meaning that is most relevant to each other. Okay, so for example, like this examples that we have, this is bank, right? But you try to find bank, because most of the time when it comes to bank, what we understand is related to the bank that we have, like public bank, Maybank, or this uh, the money that's the bank that is actually relevant to money. But here you will check every single ID that it has besides, try to find the meaning, whether is it this bank, is it the bank that with money, or is it the bank with some other meanings. So like here she sat by the bank of a river, that it is related, the attentions will be on the river, which means that it's not the building. So it's meaning that it's a river bank. Okay, so it's actually try to gather, okay, what is the neighbors, the what is the neighbor ID that it has, then it provides the meaning of it. From there, okay, it's try to predict what is the next token, and it will form sentence, okay, it will generate something until that it is the optimized stage, then it will stop. Okay, it comes to an optimized stage, then it will actually stop. Or else, okay, it cannot actually find it, so it will actually keep repeating and pick, try to find, okay, what is the relevance and what is the neighbor words between each other. So after it gets the answer, what it does is, this is considered as the output, right? So this output is also a token. So this is money also. So how many it generates? So let's say it actually generates 100 words, that each word is 1 ringgit. then this will actually cost about 100 ringgit for the output. And this one, okay, it will bring back, okay, respond to your server, put it into a format what we call as a JSON. So data only, okay, that generate text or something, that it will goes back to your server. Then from there, respond to the client because you already get the output. So it will give you the response. So for example, how explain photosynthesis. That will give you the explanations of photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight to. So you can see the things that ask explain photosynthesis, two words, two tokens. Then comes out photosynthesis is how plants turn sunlight, water, and CO2. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this here is like maybe 19 tokens. So these are all the monies. How you ask it in a good way, ask directly. What kind of output that it gives you? Is it the one that you want? This is all things that it counts. So one step, a glance is request to server, send in the input, request to the API. After the API, you have to have the access, then go to the model and process, put everything, tokenize, embed, contextualize, and then generate. After get the output, respond to server, and then respond to the client. All right, so this is the idea of you need to know like what is actually happening at the back. Okay. So before we go to the break, so let me actually demo to you like how does the actually APIs actually works. And okay, I'll just show you. So this instead of using ChatGPT, I'm going to use this Claude to demo to you how it will actually help us to work on maybe some tasks to do something. So honestly, the slides that I have shared today is basically using this Claude to actually help me to do it. So maybe it's actually took me like 3 days to actually do this slides. So all the PPT that you can see here is generated from this Claude. Okay, so first thing, we just give this Claude. So this one, if you want to use this, of course you want to ask it to generate PPT or do some other tasks. You need to subscribe to the model, the large language model itself. So I subscribe to the Claude, which is the most minimum subscription, just to give you some demo. So let's say maybe I just ask a simple questions like what is color of an orange? So these are the questions that I ask. Well, then it will, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 6 words, means including this exclamation marks that we will go into is a token or inputs that I provide or fit into the model, and will give me these explanations. Where these explanations is, of course, it probably is being trained or get some informations for any outside informations and give it to me. So now I'm going to use this one, okay, the information that I have for this to generate a PPT slides. Okay, just to show you the examples to generate the PPT slides. First thing, okay, I will call out a Word file. So this is my Word file. Okay, I just copy and paste the this one as the input, and then I save it in this Word file that I actually created. Wait, save as, okay, a bit slow, so we have to browse. Okay, go to the desktop. Okay, where's my desktop? Okay, so I'll save it in the folder that is called NSSPC. So I save it here. I save it as orange, right? So I save the dot file here. Okay, then now what happened is I'm going to come to the cowork. So cowork is similar to this OpenClaw, or we can say that is AI agents that actually help me to do some work, right? So first thing I need to select, okay, where I want to conduct the task here. And I will add in the file just now that I have saved. Okay, then I go to this desktop just now. Okay, I have this orange, so I select this file. And then I'm going to use this one uh, to like, please generate slides based on the content. And maybe add in some requirements that I want. The slides will be in maybe orange color because it's an orange. Okay, so this is just one of the requirements lah. Okay, if let's say you want to do some other tasks, then you need to add in some other requirements. So please take note also, if let's say later future in you're using this one, or actually ChatGPT or anything, that you can select which model that you actually want. So it means like you're using some model, like let's say you want to have a fastest or quick answer, then you use this model. Then Sonnet will be the middle range, then Opus will be the highest range, which you are trying to handle some complex tasks. Then you need more power or brains to help you to do works. Then you will select the one with the highest. And you can select, like, if the task is not that complex and it's in the middle, then you can select the model Sonnet. And if let's say you just want a very simple task, then you are using this one. So adaptive thinking, think for more complex tasks, then maybe I unselect it because I just want to generate the slides. Okay, then we'll go on with this. So when this one, I send in the token here. So from the tokens that send in, what happened is you can see for this one, Claude, the examples that I used to show to you, that it is an AI agent. Then now what happened is it will start to plan. Okay, it will start to plan and thinking what is actually what it will read this and understand that I want to generate the slides with the content and what is my requirements over here. So come to this, it will need to know what is the skills that it needs. So you can see that the skills that it needs is PPTX, means to generate the PPT slides. So these PPT slides basically is probably it can be the skills that access to my PC, the PowerPoint, okay, to generate because PowerPoint is to use it to generate the PPT, right? So it will go in, okay, and get the skills, and then it start to think and plan what is the things that we need to do. Okay, think of what is the task that we need to do. So it's actually needs some time. So it's actually needs some time. to do what it wants. So while I keep it running, then maybe you can take some 15 minutes break, then come back. So we were maybe 10 minutes breaks that I think suppose this will be done. So we'll come back at 4 p.m. Right? So if anyone that want to go for a break, okay, please go. But at the meantime, okay, we will look into the progress here. So you can see that from here that the workspace is ready. Then it's actually extracting the doc contents. And just now I request that it has to be orange. Then you will see that it's actually creating a beautiful orange theme presentation. So you can see that it will actually inspect the slides visually. It's actually planning. Okay, if we come back here, what the AI agent did do is so AI agent, where's this one? That's actually take a goal, plan, act, and iterate. So it receives that what's the plan and what is the tools that it actually needs, and evaluate the results and adjust, observe, adjust, and act again. So here, what you can see that you can see that it's trying to inspect in this stage where slide 4 has a low contrast issue, that the text in the boxes is very hard. So it can actually inspect itself. And after that, you can see that slides 1, 2, 3, 5 looks great. Slide 4 has a contrast problem. What is the problems that it is? And it will try to fix the slide 4 itself. So there's no interference of a human while it's actually generating the slides over here. So you can just, first thing what you can do is you can just use the chat area, like just now what I did, to generate prompts, provide the input, or what you can say that prompt the inputs and generate the contents. Then from that content, you can actually convert into some documents or something. Then you can fit it into this, what we say, AI agents. And then from here, so you can see that the presentations is actually ready. So I will open it later. We'll wait for the other people's to come, like 4 o'clock. Then I will open the slides. Then we'll view what is the outputs that is actually provide from the inputs that I get, from the inputs that I fit into. Right, so we'll open the slides together. So the slides now is in here. So this is slides that is generated. Okay, we'll open at 4 o'clock to see what is the output that we get. Okay, so now let us come back and see. All right, so one thing is that you can see just now I'm using this to actually generate the PPT slides, right? So all these things, like how things and all this are, this is money. Okay, what is the task that I'm asking to use and what is the skills? All these things is actually counted. It is money. So if you look at how many things, I mean, how much that I have actually used the activities that I have actually covered 10% of the plan that I've subscribed means that just to generate the PPT slides, I'm using 10% of my subscription. So this 10% is actually money, right? So you have to be careful when you're using the prompting. Like, what is the things that you want it to do? It has to be you need to reduce the number of words, but it can bring the same meaning. So let's say, what is color of an orange? How many words? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It's like 7 words. From these 7 words, when it's actually sent back to the back end, like the one uh in this process, tokenized embedding contextualized generation is trying to find the meaning, right? And then later provide the output. So if the longer of prompts that you give, it will need to take longer time to understand what is it, and it will need a longer time to generate the outputs. So in the same words, you can, for example, like this one. So these both, they're actually sharing the same meaning. But here, this is actually shorter. So when it's actually shorter, when it's trying to find the meaning between each of the words, it will be much more faster compared to it. So make sure that you need to learn how to prompt, okay, to ask so that you can get the outputs. Okay, now we look at the slides that generate. So this is slides orange presentation. So I open it. Okay, I didn't do anything on the slides. It's fully generated by this Claude Code. Let's see what it gets. Okay. So just now my request is I want it to be in the slides has to be in orange color. So it's in orange color. In the slides, let's see what is the content that just now. And orange is a typical orange in color. The exact fruits, the name, skins can be range bright or something. Well, it is over here. Okay, it gets the informations and it can actually determines the title. Okay, inside, okay, most oranges have pale to white flash or something. Is it in here? This information, yes, it is over here. So you take it and I put it over here. And then it tells you, okay, orange variety. Also from here, also like navel orange is what? Blood orange, Valenciennes orange. So it's like something like this. And then inside the orange, typical flash color. So what is this? All this information is from this dot files that I fit in just now. Okay, key takes away that this one is in the last slides. So these are based on the requirements that I give. So if I provide more information, okay, if let's say I provide more informations during my prompt here, it will give me a more, maybe a different slides. So like the presentation slides that you see here, okay, this one, I feed in the data, ask him I give in the dot file and then it generates this one for me. But for the second part here, this one, I didn't provide any data. I just tell that, okay, what do I want in the slides and what it does. So it just simply design this slides for me. So this is how powerful the AI agents can be, where if you ask me to design these slides, probably it will take me many, many weeks to do it. But this one is actually 3 days. So after I get the slides, so I just make some adjustment from here. So this is what we can do. And then another things, we can even use it to generate codes or help us to create some application. So how does it actually help us to create some application? So let's say maybe I get some prompt. Okay, let me look into it. Okay, so I'm going to use this browser to see whether I can use it to help me to create some application. So let's say help me to create a prompt that I want to create an APK. Name what is my lunch for today. As I don't know what I want to eat. So I give the menu and it will random pick for me. This is the menu. Asam laksa, kari mee, nasi lemak, pan noodles, yong tau foo, and roti canai. So this is my task I give to this Claude that are asking to help me to generate a APK where it will random generate the lunch for me. Okay, so now I will start the task. So after starting the task, then now it's start working. That is trying to build something that you can see here. It knows that it is a Malaysian menu. I didn't even tell that what is this food about, but it can actually read and understand that this is a Malaysian menu. So now it's creating a fun lunch randomizer apps with a Malaysian food menu. So let us give some time. So you can see that it's actually generating at the back end. So it's actually generating all this. With this, okay, this comes with the, so you can see this is apps that is created at this right hand side over here. Then what it also explained that what it does is feature with a spin animation that will cycle through all the 6 menus. So these are the menus that we have. Comes with the icon. You can see it's like so cute. This is the icon. And with some of the designs that we have here. So we review the results and then with a menu list and spin again. So these are the menu included. So you can see that what want me to add anything is I don't like pick again or something. Okay, so we'll try that later. So now if we click on the spin, so you can see that it's actually spinning and picking. Today lunch is decided, so it's this one. So this is the applications that ask this Claude codes that actually help me to generate. So here says want me to add anything, like I don't like this, pick again, or something sound effect. So let's say please add in sound effects. Okay, let's try. So hopefully I still have some, because this everything that I asked you to generate it is actually money. So okay, now it's 13%. I still got 87% that I can use. Okay, so So you can see here that it says that take sound when spinning and then all generated programmatically, no external files needed. So it's adding the sound effects now into this one. So to use this one, basically is actually helping us to kickstart on maybe some projects. Probably you are thinking of one to do something. What you can do is like you can actually use this one to help you to start on the project itself. It's actually making the life easier that probably you don't really need to think or cram your head or your brains like what you need to do. So you can just ask to, provide you some idea like this one. And then based on this, you can use it as some base interface or something to kickstart on your project. So now I've added in the sound effect. So let's see whether got noise or not. Okay, so you can hear the sound. Can you hear
Okay,
the sound?
okay,
So this one you can see, and then if let's say you have any further requirement, you can ask it to add in. So if let's say spin again, yeah, something like this. So if let's say reset, then it has this. No picture for roti canai. There's something wrong here, but anyway, this show the example. If you want the picture of roti canai, probably you cannot recognize what is roti canai, so you have to use how to say maybe give some images, then ask this to add in. All right, so this one is the idea of what a cloud code can do. Again, this one, the code work is actually works like OpenClaw, where you need to use it in your own risk. And also because it needs subscriptions, where every single input or outputs that you are asking generates is money. So you have to use it carefully. But of course, if you know how to use it, then it will be very useful in this case. Okay, next, we'll proceed to after with some demo. So we'll go into some content creations and productivity. So in here, there are actually 6 categories of AI tools that we will explore. Okay, these are the 6 AI tools. So some general assistance is ChatGPT. Free tier. Free tier means that you can ask, but after some time, if you want a better performance or better outputs, then you will need to pay to subscribe to a more powerful model to generate the output. So like just now, you see Claude's also a free tier, like just now. If you want to use a better model, which one, where? Okay, like here. So if you want to use a better model, when I type something, oh, I'm not able to choose. Come to the chat here. Let me, okay, so you want to use a better, so you can see now, it only allows me to use this Haiku 4.5, which is the lowest performance model. Why? Because just now when I'm generating the slides and then generating the applications, I've actually used up all my quota. Okay, so that when it comes to some certain this like chat tools and all this, I'm not allowed to use the higher performance because as I said, okay, every inputs and outputs is a token, and these tokens they are actually considering as money, so it will just uh, these are some of the things with the LLM models that we are actually using nowadays. But if you're using Gemini, it will be free. Okay, there's no limitations on you can use how many times that you want, because like if you realize when you're using ChatGPT, after some time it will tells you that okay, the quotas or the performance that you are using now is actually come to a certain limit. So you want to have a better performance, then you need to subscribe or something like that. So that's the reasons with the ChatGPTs and also the cloud. And another free one is a Copilot, where it's built into Windows and Edge browser, powered by GPT-4, perfect for everyday questions and also the tasks. So anyone that interested can actually use this Copilot, which you will need to have a Microsoft account. Next one is Perplexity AI that is used for cited sources, where it is actually useful for this researcher, because most of the time researchers, they need to find some papers or find some sources, so they can actually use this Perplexity AI. Those that interested, okay, for developments and programming, maybe some of you already know GitHub Copilot. This is free for students. Probably some already, you already know or you have the skills of a GitHub Copilot. I hope you know what is GitHub. Okay, GitHub is a platform, or you can say that yes, it's a platform that is gather some of the datas or any algorithms or any codes that people have generated, and they put it into the GitHub. Basically, it's actually a public uh, place or public platforms that people share it out from the programs or from the codes that they actually did. So from here, you can actually do it. Maybe you're doing the codes, so you can actually work in the VS Code, where you can actually type on the codes that you can actually call some of the codes from the GitHub to actually helps you when you're doing programmings or some development tasks. Okay, please, I mean, you can try. Okay, you can try for this one because it's a free for students. Next one is Cursor. Okay, AI first code editor. Ask in natural language to write. So you can see it's in the natural language, means that it can be English or maybe can be Chinese or something. Okay, this one I've not tried before. Huh? And then the Replit AI. Okay, browse space coding environment AI assistant, no setup needed. And you can code in 50 plus languages. So free tier means same like the just now, is it can perform up to some certain stage. Then later you need subscription for that. Next one is Google Colab. So Google Colab is actually free, where most of even the researchers, they actually use it to perform some to build their programs, not programs, but to actually carry out some experiments based on the algorithms that they actually propose. They actually try to generate it using the models that is provided by the Google Colabs. Perfect for Pythons, because most of the time they actually use it for data science and also the machine learning. And then Codium is free AI code completions for 70 plus languages. Integrate with most editor, great alternative to Copilot. So these are all the tools that you can actually use. Okay, most of the times that I'm going to use is Google Colabs, because it is actually for me to type in the Python's, and because I mean, in my PC itself, I don't have the GPU, but for Google Colabs, they have this GPU that can help me to run the heavy task duty of the programs or some of the experiments that I want. Okay, next we'll come to the AI content creation. So many tools are. So this one, AI content creation, is like Canva AI. I think a lot of people is actually using it, that it can help you to design stunning graphics, presentations, social posts, and with AI power suggestions, text to image and magic write. Gamma, this one can actually create a really beautiful presentations. Docs, web pages from prompt in seconds. And Copy AI generates market copy, blog posts, product descriptions, social content. So I think maybe some of the you can see some of the short video that is generated from this AI, right? Yes, most of the times it's actually from all this thing. And then Adobe Firefly, okay, limited. Bing Image Creator from Microsoft, Power by Dell E. So it's really generate the detailed AI images. So no account needed. Later, I'll show to you that how the Bing image creates the image. So the content creation in action, if what we can see here, different kind of things that you want to do, you can use the different tools. Too many tools that we have nowadays, but you need to focus on what you want. Then you choose the tools that you want to do, like presentation, Gamma, Canva AI, visual content, Bing Image Creator, Adobe Firefly, write the content, ChatGPT, Copy AI, video scripts, okay, it would be ChatGPT and Claude's, website copy Claude's, to read some, draft out the professional emails, okay, and then it will use ChatGPT and Gemini. Then later, you can see so many tools, productivity and organization. Grammarly. I'm not sure whether you know what is Grammarly, but if some of you, Grammarly is to help you to correct your English when you're writing. So let's like this one. Okay, so when I type, let's see whether Grammarly will comes up or not. Okay, so you can see this one. Okay, this thing is a Grammarly. I've been using it. So I eat too. Okay, so you can see if I installed the Grammarly in here, that you can see here that red lines and all this. So this is something wrong over here. So with the Grammarly, it's actually helping me. So if I scroll over here, that you can see is that it has to be an apple. So if I click on it, that it helps me to correct it. And then here I want to eat. So it will tells me what is the problem, word problem. So I have to change it to eat, something like this. So this is a Grammarly that is actually helping me to check my English when I'm typing the sentence or something. Author.ai, okay, power meeting transcriptions. Notion AI. Notion AI is also quite popular nowadays, that ask questions about your notes, summarize it, and structured it into your workspace. Another very famous one is Google Notebook LM. So later we'll try on this Google Notebook LM, where you can actually upload the documents, chat with them, ask questions, get summary. And then Firefly's AI, join the meetings, okay, record, transcribes, extract the key action items automatically. So all this is before the AI, you need 2 hours to transcribe a lecture manually. So as the example just now, if without AI, I cannot create the contents or create the slides so fast. So with it, okay, you can see if you're using Auto AI, you can transcribe in 5 minutes. So for me, is I'm using this code work, so I can transcribe it in maybe 3 days or something. So from 3 weeks to 3 days is something very significant. So if you have multi-draft to fix error, you need the multi-draft to fix error. But like Grammarly, it catch issue in the real time. Immediately, it knows that what is going wrong. Then 30 minutes to summarize a long document. You can use Notebook LM, summarize in 30 seconds. Manual meetings, follow-ups, you can use Fireflies, capture everything automatically. So there's no best AI tools. It's just that you need to know what is the best tools for what the task that you want. Okay, so now let's try together. Either using Claude AI, ChatGPT, or Google Gemini, or Google Notebook. So it's better that you have a laptop, tablet, or smartphone. But here, I think we'll let us, you can try it out on this slides using this Notebook LM. So for Notebook LM, what you can do is can just go to this Google. Okay, then you type this one. Okay, let's try together. Okay, open your browser and then search for this notebook LM. Maybe some of you have already done it before, but it's okay. We can do it again. So go to notebook LM, can this one, and we'll try this notebook LM. So it's actually loading. So I'm logging in using my this Google account. Okay, so this is my notebook. Even my students, they are actually using this one to help them to study. My students is the university students are the Utah students are they're actually using this one to help them to study the the contents that is actually in the slides. Okay, so what you can do is uh, so let's say we create a new notebook. Okay, so what I do is okay, let me actually share the slides to you. Okay, so let's say I generate just now the slides I generate is this one, orange presentation.ppt. Let's see whether I can share here or not. How can I share? Okay, I can't share it. Maybe I share the doc file. Okay, I can't share the doc file also. Let me see. Group chat directly. Uh, Let me see. How can I share the slides?
So you need to click the upload file.
Upload file.
Yeah, maybe you're using the drag cannot. I'm not sure. You click the upload files.
Where's the upload file button?
You want to share it here or share to us?
Share to you all.
So then you need to using the Google Drive.
Google
The chat.
Drive.
Yeah, the
Maybe
Zoom. Yeah,
let me is it can I share to Mr. Yu and then you can share?
can.
Okay, okay.
You just send to me the WhatsApp.
Okay, okay.
Then I share in the Google link, Google Drive.
Okay, because you can all just use this the file that I
Yeah. Uh,
used to. So this
Share
one.
to me later. I share to all.
So probably all of you can use the slides that generated just now and then try it with this notebook LM and see what we will get. But of course, if you have your own slides, like let's say maybe in your class teacher, okay, they have made some slides and then is some of the notes that you actually do, not just this PPT slides. So you can see here can be a website, can be a drive or the copy text or something. So here I'll just try using the PP slides that I have generated just now, like orange presentations PPT. So I put it here, and now in this notebook here, it will try to read, okay, what is actually inside the slides. Then from here, you can see it's some summary or the notes that is actually inside the slide. Vibrance and a variety of study of oranges. Okay, the presentation is what, and several orange varieties. Okay, these are the contents that they have in the slides here. So it's like a summary. And then here we have some questions that is automatically generated. So you can see that how does the interior of a blood orange differ from others? So I can just click on it. This is the questions that generated by this node LM, not me. So from here, okay, it will say that, okay, the interior of a blood orange is, so it actually shows you comes from which slide. Okay, this is slide number 1. And this is slide number 1 also. So, and this is slide number 2. So these are some of the contents that we have, okay, from the slides here. I can also type some questions. How many types of oranges? So this is the questions that I type. So it's actually scoring to the contents. From the content, it's actually find out that based on the sources provided, so there are several distinct variety of oranges. Then it says, okay, never orange from slide 1, blood orange, slide 2. Then Valencia orange. Okay, this is slide 2 also. Then there's some information also from slide 3.
I already shared in the chat. Students and teacher can go to download the slide shared by Dr. Tan.
Okay, then from here, what you can do further is that the quiz. So let's say after you actually read on this summaries and then or you read on the slides here, then you have asked some questions or something you have learned, then you can use these functions that I have here where let's try, okay, ask it to generate the quiz. Okay, I hope it won't take too much of time to generate the quiz. Because yesterday when I tried, this actually take quite some time to generate the quiz. So, okay, what is, can't upload the slide on mobile. Well, maybe it's very too much. So probably you can try it later using the PC. So there's a question here is that now what LLM, open or close, you are using the most daily or weekly? Well, of course, it's ChatGPT. Claude, I wish that I can use every day, but somehow compared to this ChatGPT, Claude is a bit pricey, I would say. And the subscriptions is probably not enough for my daily usage because the output that is actually it is very good. It's very good, the output that is provide, but the problem is every input and every output that is I provide and generate, these are all money and it is expensive, I can say. So the if you want to use the free one, there are probably maybe Gemini's or this ChatGPT. Can I upload it? Yeah, you can try. So you can actually try now. Like just now, if here, just now, if we go back to that page, but before we go back to the page, you can see this orange quiz. So these are the quiz that generated by the functions that I click. So here is which variety of orange is specifically noted for its golden. Okay, which one? This one. Okay, I just simply select navel orange. It says wrong. The answer is Valencia orange, that variety defined by its gold or something. Okay, go to the next one. So what is the primary reason for a distinctive deep red and burgundy flash found in blood oranges? Variation of ripeness. Okay, I answered it wrong again. So I obviously I didn't study okay what is actually inside the slides here. And this quiz is actually generated based on the slides over here. Okay, so if let's say we try to generate some audio overview and see what we will get from here. Is generating. Hopefully it doesn't take too much of time. Okay, it's asking me come back in a few minutes. Average time required for a quiz to generate. Well, actually, I think it depends on how many slides that it has. Not sure. I suppose it depends on the slides that you have. Still generating. Maybe it needs like a more stronger internet connection or something. Video upload, by the way. So video can work, sir. Anyone try on the video? So anyone that tries on the video, you can share over here to see whether is it video going to work. Will the time required add up if I generate quiz and all? I think yes, because two things work at the same time. But you can see that the audio I'm trying to generate is actually taking some time. So at the meantime, when generating the audio, maybe you can take a 5 minutes breaks and see whether later after 5 minutes we'll still get the is it complete the audio generation or not. Okay, I think even now that when you are generating the audio, it's actually take a very long time from here. Yeah, even after 5 minutes, it's not able to give me the audio overview. Okay, if let's say I'm asking to generate a flashcard at the same time, probably it will take more time. This one, two tasks here. Okay, if so, this is actually quite helpful. Okay, so like I mean this is a slides. Let's say, okay, let me show you another example slides where I'm having this. This is my lecture slides. Of course, I can't share it with you, but I just um, let you see how my slides actually looks like. Okay, because it's some contents of some of the class content of class, which is about the input and also the output. Okay, so here this is the lessons learned lectures, the real lecture slides. So I'm creating a notebook. Okay, I'm going to upload the file here. Okay, where is my slides? Copy and then paste here. Okay, this is the slides. Okay, from here it is actually showing some C++ input and output streams, formatting and files handling. So the instruction material explain, okay, what is it about? Okay, you give the summary of this one. And then what are the 5 steps for implementing file input and output? So it will dig into the informations. Then it will generate out all this thing. This is a real slide, okay, for it. Then if let's say what is set with, so it will just explain. Now if let me try if I ask a questions that is not inside the slides, what is ChatGPT? So this question is not inside the slides here. Will it give me the answer? So you can see the provided sources do not contain any information regarding ChatGPT, as they focus exclusively on C++ programming concepts such as input or output stream formatting. So it says, from my internal knowledge, which is not part of your provided sources, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chat box developed by OpenAI. So even though the information probably is not inside the slides, it will still generate the answer for you. Okay, you can see here the answer is actually generated that it explained to you what is a ChatGPT. So and further here says that if you would like more comprehensive or up-to-date information on ChatGPT, I can use a search tool to discover new sources for you. So it's just not limited to the information set in the slides, but you can also ask something that is outside. Then can give you the answer from something that is outside of the slides over here. All right, so let's go back. Let's say it's still generating this one. So now you can see here it's got the source, the sound here. So let's click on it. What is it?
So, welcome to the deep dive, everybody. Today, we are pointing our microscope at something you probably have sitting right on your kitchen counter as we speak.
Yeah, we are talking about a very basic everyday snack.
Right, the symbol orange.
Yeah.
But it turns So, welcome to the deep dive, everybody. Today, we are pointing our microscope at... Oh, hey there, how can we help?
So you can, just now I click on the join button, so I'm joining in the conversation. What is, wait, allowed this time. Okay, allowed this time. Why oranges are not just orange?
Hello there.
Welcome.
Pointing your microscope.
He's sitting right on your kitchen counter as we speak.
We are talking about the simple orange.
Yeah, that everyday snack.
But it turns out it's not so simple.
When you really look at it.
No, not at all.
Nature tends to hide some
Pretty wild details in everyday objects.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello, we are so glad you joined us.
Welcome to the deep dive.
We were just saying that we are looking
At the humble orange today.
We've got this fascinating presentation.
It's called Orange's Presentation.
And it reveals some
Oh yeah, go on.
I like orange.
And we like that you like orange.
that is a wonderful.
Ah, yeah, uh-huh.
But I like apple even more.
That is a wonderful assessment.
And we appreciate your honesty.
Apples are
A
fantastic.
completely classic fruit.
And you know what's interesting?
We are focusing on oranges.
But the principle of the deep dive.
Really applies to any fruit.
Okay, so just now that those that follow up with this, I mean this is the first time I use this one. Is something that I think is very good because it can actually generate not just reading from slides, but you can actually have a conversation with this. So which means that you can actually ask any questions or join in the conversations. For example, if let's say there's part that you don't know, so you can just join in. Now let's see us on the flashcard. So flashcards is something that's like the flashcards that we know. The fruit known as the orange devices is named from its, see the answer, so color. Exterior skin of an orange ranges from bright, so see the answer. So if you're studying that and you have a soft copy or anything, I suppose you can actually use this one to actually helps you to get some summaries, and then you can keep asking questions. And then if let's say here, if you generate some audio, so you can join in the conversation. So it's like a teachers or the tutors that actually sitting besides you that give you some information. So these are the functions that we have. Okay, so I suppose this will be they can run in background. What does it mean by run in background? Anyway, it's up to you for you to try. You can just go after this workshop, okay, you can just go and try it all out yourself. Try all kinds of these AI tools. All right, so after we try, now we will come back to the next one. So for next one will be the creativity, automation, and integration. So this one is AI for creativity and media. What are the tools that you can actually use? Bing Image Creator. This is by Microsoft DALL-E, where you can type on the descriptions and generate the photorealistic, artistic, and illustrate the images instantly. No sign up required. Because sometimes the non-artistic characteristics, this is me, that I don't know really how to draw pictures, or I'm not really the artistic people. But if let's say one day I need to generate some photo, I can consider using this Bing Image Creator to help me to generate the image. Because most of the time, if let's say before I can use this Bing Image Creator, there's no such tools. What I do is that I will need to go and search from using Google search to search from the image. But sometimes this image there maybe consists of a copyright issue or something, so I cannot just use it. But with this, I can just describe what I want, then I can use to generate the photo, which might not consist of some copyright issue problems. Okay, next one will be Suno AI. Okay, generate full songs with vocals, instruments, and lyrics in any genre from a simple text prompt. Okay, this one later we will try to see whether it can actually generate the songs or not. 11 Labs create hyper-realistic AI voice-over, clone voices, perfect for podcasts, audiobooks, and video narration. Then Canva AI video generates the video. I suppose the shorts or reels that you all watch probably is from this AI video. Then Deep AI, okay, multiple free tools, including image generation, photo editing, text to image, and style transfer, browse space. What is actually possible? Bing image, create free photos, okay, product mockups and branding visuals. And then for AI music, Suno, okay, background music for videos. And then for AI voice and audio, okay, narrate educational content, create the audiobooks. Okay, next is AI for automation and integration. Means it's able to help you to do something automatically, something that I shown to you like AI just now called co-work. So these are also the things which is actually similar to this co-work. Okay, Zapier connects 7,000 apps and automates workflow with no code. For example, auto save the email attachment to Google Drive. Then make, okay, visual drag and drop workflow builder. IFTTT, so simple if these, then, and that. N8N, free open source, okay, open source automation platform that similar to the cowork, run locally or in the cloud. Microsoft Power automate tasks from Microsoft 365. So this particularly for the Microsoft. So automations in the real world, which means like let's say a new email received with attachment. Save it to Google Drive because sometimes there's a lot of emails that comes in with attachment, and if you want to do it manually means that you have to click on the download buttons and then you open your Google account, Google Drive, and then you drag this file and upload it. So with the automation, you don't need to do that. Okay, just go and ask to read the email. Okay, this is an important attachment, then save it to Google Drive. And you can use the Slack notification that's sent to the team. Next one is a calendar task management to phone alert. So ask the AI to read on create a new Google Calendar event. Then Notion task created automatically. Then send a reminder to the phone. So with this case, you will not forget what is the task that you need to do. Okay, you will not forget what you need to do. Then Google Form submitted by student. What is this? Is that the data added to a spreadsheet, then auto respond email to send to student. Maybe like for like children lah. So let's say the students submit their homework. So what AI can do is based on the homework, we can ask the AI to mark automatically. Then after that, we don't even need to respond one by one. We just ask the AI auto response the email and send it to student automatically. So this one doesn't require human and it can actually works 24/7. It will never tells you that it's tired, or it will never tells you that, but of course provided that it's free, because if you need to pay then probably you need some money, but it will save some time and also the effort for you. Okay, so now let's go to the Bing image creator. And then later we'll come to the Suno AI music. It says here any device with a browser. Maybe you can use your handphone, open the browser and try to do it. So another hands-on here. Track A, Bing image creator. Go to bing.com, image create in your browser. Most of the time when we use Bing, because Bing is it belongs to the Microsoft, so we can use this Microsoft Edge. I'm not sure whether if you all have this Microsoft Edge. I suppose you have. Then we type search for Bing Creator AI here. Okay, where is it? Wait, this one. Where can I find it? Okay, this one. Okay, like this. Here, Bing Creator AI. So you search this one using the Edge, and then you can find something like this: https://www.bing.com create. Okay, if let's say we create something which is general, so here you can see which model that you want. DALL-E, okay, my image one, this is a new one, and consistent character and styling. Okay, let's say I just select the DALL-E. Okay, this is a square image, image quality. What is the image quality will be 4. And here can say that it provides you some template. So you can see the template here like cartoon style, okay, and then comedy cast, anime style. So let's say help me create. So our team here today is orange, right? And orange on the table, on what? On the car. Okay, instead of on a table, okay, I said help create an image on a car. Let's try, if let's say it's a surprise me. So you all can try it out yourself. If let's say I click surprise me. Okay, what is it? Oh no, so it's just this thing. Hyper detail close-up card featuring macro photography of blah, blah, blah. So it's not the thing that I want. So not supposed to do that. Not supposed to click surprise me. So help me to create an image with an orange on a car. Okay, then click on create. So it is generating the image. Okay, so I get this one. So this is the orange. Okay, with someone got lightning. Okay, at the back of the orange, and then it says on the front of the car. Okay, this one. Okay, so this is the image that I get. Edit image. What is it? Select an image to begin, then describe what to. So like this one. Okay, add some birds on the sky. Something like this. Let's see what it will give us. Generate. So you can try it out yourself. This is a hands-on session, so please try. Okay, now it's actually taking time to generate the image. Really got some problem to add in the bird. Okay, while it's actually working, let us try on another one. Okay, another one, which is this Suno AI, just now that we see this one. Okay, this one, it is free tire, which means that we will need to pay after. Okay, so this is the one that will generate the music. Okay, so here. So you can see, I just now I asked it to, generate some birds on the sky. Yes, it generate the birds on the sky. And now, okay, edit image. So more is animate image. So let's see. 10 free remaining, several or for approximately several hours per video, just a few minutes. So let's try this one to generate this animated image. Let's see what is the output that we can get. So while it's actually generating, let's try on another one to generate the music. Enter lyrics here. Okay, so I enter the lyrics that I love AI, I love programming. Okay, what kind of music that I can get out from here? So I suppose I'm the first one to generate this because I've never hear any music with the lyrics I love AI and I love programming. Okay, style. What is the styles that I want? Okay, maybe like pop, and then here says soft, pop and soft. What is the voice? Vocal gender? Okay, maybe female. And then song title C++. So let's try. So I can only try it for one time. You can see here, one free for pro version. So here you can see different models. Okay, V8, 12 goals per song. Okay, O2, 20 goals per song. So different models you can actually select. So if you select the free one, which is this V7.5, it is 10 gold per song. So there's a limitation. Okay, now we create and see what is the song that we will get. Okay, it needs to sign in to Google. So I'm going to use my Google account. Sign in. Okay, at the same time, because let's come back. Okay, still generating the video. I suppose video will actually take more times. Mm, okay. Your lyrics are incomplete, which may affect the quality of generated song. Would you like to? Okay, let's try optimize and generate lyrics. And what input your idea for image generation. Okay, oh my God, it can actually generate the lyrics that says that I love AI, it lights my way. I could all nights and dream all day. Oh, the algorithms dance so bright. Wow, they fill my world with pure delights. Not so sure. So the data flows like poetry. Ooh, each line of code set knowledge free. I love AI, it's my true calling. I love programming, never falling. Through every box and every test, wow, this passion burns within my chest. Not so sure. The neural nets, they learn so fast. Wow, even know what is a neural nets, huh? Creating future from the past. With every loop and every threads, I build the dream inside my head. The data flows like poetry. Each line of code set knowledge free. I love AI, it's my true calling. I love programming, never falling. Through every bug and every test, this passion burns within my chest. Oh, okay. Let's use this one. Okay, so now I'm going to create the music. Okay, V9 model available again tomorrow because I can only use one time. Okay, so now it's actually generating the music for me. So let's see what kind of song that we'll get. So you can try at the same time. Let's try together and see what output that you get. Maybe after you use this one, I mean, honestly, I don't know any music instruments, but I love listen to songs. So maybe in the future, if I'm not becoming a lecturer, probably I can think of use this AI to generate some music. And then maybe I can, I don't know, use it to something else. But of course, you must use it wisely. Cannot just simply do something that is illegal. Okay, so these are the video that generates. You can see the birds are flying at the back. So the orange, you can see that it's actually spinning. So these are animations that you get. You generate it with this Bing creators. So you can see the orange spinning, the birds flying at the back. Okay, this is a video animations that generated. Okay, what questions? Generation done. You means like the Node LM with the video? So are you satisfied with the output? The song? Okay, the song. Is it done? Where's the song? Okay, it's done. Wow. So let's listen together. The song with a C++ as the title of the song.
I love AI, it lights my way. I code all night and dream all day. The algorithms dance so bright, they fill my world with pure delight.
Okay, next one, we see another one.
I love AI, it lights my way. I code all night and dream all day. The algorithms dance so bright, they fill my world with pure delight. The data flows like poetry.
Okay, so this is a song that I generated. Do you think it's good? Okay, nobody answer means that the song is not good. But anyway, this is just to show you what you can actually do using the AI tools. Oh, it's good. Yeah, lor. I can't even sing like this AI, the song from this AI. I can't even sing like that. I think even you ask me to write some of these lyrics, I also cannot. But you see, with these AI tools, it can actually help me to do all these things. Which I think there's no probably there's no much more issue on the copyright issue lah. So as long as it is something that is digital, I can say that, then you can actually use it. All right, so already showed to you. Sounds catchy. Well, so some of you probably maybe if you actually decide like to become a content creator or something, probably can consider of using this kind of tools to actually help you to create some contents. Okay, so let us continue. So for using AI responsibly, where verify the information. So AI can actually make mistakes or hallucinate the facts. So it's always important to check on some important information from a reliable sources before using it. Because if let's say it is a very important information that is relevant to some human lives or something, so it's important to actually get it verified. not just to believe on the informations provided with 100%. And then the second one is to protect your privacy. Never share the sensitive personal data. So like just now, when we talked about OpenClaw or this Claude Coworks, you will need to maybe like use some you let the AI agents to actually get through your bank accounts or something. So before you want to do that, maybe you need to consider on your privacy. But of course, if let's say you provide the authorities to the AI agents to do this, so you have to take the risk on that lah. Next is acknowledge AI use. So be transparent when AI help create your work. So especially in academics and professional settings. So use the AI as a collaborator, not a substitute. What it means that use it as your assistant, okay, to especially like in the academics or we are doing research, okay, to just to help us not to really replace, okay, not to really replace you. And think about bias and ethics. So AI reflects the data it was trained on and can carry bias. Think critically about AI outputs, okay, especially for decisions that affecting people. Bias here means if let's say when the data is actually so like going into one direction. Okay, for example, it says A is correct, B is wrong. So when people ask, hey, which one is correct? A. Then next person comes in. Which one is correct? A. C comes in. Which one is correct? A. So it was like it's moving into a direction where it will tends to go to think about like A is the correct one. So means that it has a bias. So you have to think carefully whether is it really A or it can be also possibly B is the one that is correct. So next is AI is a tool, not a replacement. It helps you to work, but not to replace. Because it cannot replace the creativity, empathy, judgment, or lived experience. So your uniqueness, insights still matter the most. So like just now, the slides in the first hour is build your intuitions and creativity. So you're just using the tools, but you need to put in your creativity in it. So like just now, the song, maybe the lyrics, or I don't know, probably the sound or the musics that generated by the AI after you work sometimes, maybe you think that more or less they will generate the same thing. So here we still need your own creativity to generate something that is different from others. And the next thing is stay updated. The AI landscape changed rapidly. Okay, new tools, policy, capabilities emerge constantly. So make a habit of exploring and learning. So what happened in 1 year before or 1 year after is really different. 1 year before, Claude, just now, okay, the examples that I show you that can generate the application is not that famous. But after 1 year, many people start to actually use Claude to help them to handle some tasks. And also like OpenClaw. So these are the things where you have to stay updated to keep follow-ups. Like what is the current trends? Okay, what is the tools that they have so that you can actually think of use everything in wisely. Key takeaways. AI tools are for everyone, okay, not just tech expert. So if you can type, you can use AI. So there are 6 categories for here say 6 categories for your whole life, but maybe later you can have 7 or 8 categories. So dozens of powerful AI tools are completely free. So you can start using them today. Like just now, I show you some of the tools that are actually free. Well, which things maybe is helpful for you. So the best form is specific, detailed, and conversational. So treat the AI like a smart colleague. Remember, AI doesn't replace you, but it amplifies you to make you greater. But your judgment, creativity and values, okay, still lead the way. Okay, don't let AI brings you to somewhere else. Okay, because you are the one that use it, so you need to have your own judgment. Stay curious because AI is evolving fast. Experiment on it, learn, adapt to stay ahead. So the more you know, the more you learn using the AI tools. Probably later in the future, it might be useful to you. So based on the starts to having all these skills, it might be useful to you later in the future. So these are some of the summaries, okay, that some of the tools that introduced to you. So this action plan basically is generated by the clock co-work. So maybe you can, based on this action plan, then you can try on to improve yourself using the AI tools. Okay, last, any questions or anything that you want to discuss before we ends here? Or anything that you want to share? Or anything that you want to know? Actually, there's the tools that we actually talk about are which tools that you all have actually used before. 就是你们用过哪一些工具啊？ChatGPT change to DeepSeek because it's limitless. You want to ask ChatGPT? What about others? Claude? Yeah. Suno is a good tools. Yes, I think yes. Just now I used it one time. I think it's really good that can generate music because I really don't know how to play any music instrument. Can I ask what AI can help with studying? Just now we introduced about Notebook LM. You can actually use the Notebook LM, Google Notebook LM to actually helps you to study. Is it okay to use different account in the day for AIs that has limit per day like Murica? I think you know the answer yourself, right? Well, you can ask ChatGPT to answer to you. It's Notebook LM free, and yes, it's free. But whether it's unlimited or not, I think it is unlimited. You can try on it. No harm on trying. Okay, any more things that you all want to share? Or anyone that you think the tools that you use is really good and you want to share it here? Are there any more study AI? So for our friend over here, anyone that using the tools that to study, any AI tools that you all want to introduce over here other than the one that shared in this sharing session? I think from this I mean in the YouTubes there's a lot of peoples that they are actually teaching on how to use AI tools. So somehow you can actually watch the video. Maybe you can get some insight from there. Okay, this one. LN Arena allows to compare different AI answer. Okay, so ChatGPT, but it gives information, wrong information sometimes. Okay, I think one of the skills that you also need to have is the ability to to how to say the ability to recognize what information is wrong and what information is correct based on the outputs that is provided. So this is also one of the important skills that you will need when you're using these AI tools other than prompting. So how are you going to do? How are you going to make yourself to be whether you can verify it or whether you can good in prompting? Study. You need to study. And you need to practice to gain the experience. Okay, there's no shortcut. I think the AI tools already give you the shortcut to study already. So what you need to do is you need to practice more and then you need to gain the experience. Okay, of course, when you do all these things, make sure that it's actually legal. All right, so if there's no questions, I think we're going to wrap up for today. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for coming. So I will pass back to Mr. Yo.
Okay. Once again, thanks to Dr. Tan. Okay, so today the workshop 3 is end of now, and I will upload the recording to the official website later. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Yo, do you want me to share the slides?
If can you share to me, and then I put it in the official website.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Later I'll share it to you.
Okay,
Okay, bye everyone. Bye.
bye.
Thank you.